Start. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of the parents, grandparents, godparents, aunts, uncles, friends, whoever's on tonight. Thank you so much for attending our Welcome Back Zoom. If anybody misses it, I will probably do another one next week. So tell a neighbor, tell a friend if they missed it, as well as I'm going to post the video of today on the website. So I will show you how to access that. I've also already posted a copy of today's PowerPoint that I'm going to go through with you on the website. And before we end today, I will show everyone how to access the pre-K webpage. I will definitely leave time at the end for any questions you may have, and I will absolutely answer them all. I'd like to send a special shout out to Miss Bell, who's really the boss of pre-K, my assistant, for doing such a great job getting us ready to go. And with that said, I see some kids are waving at me. So all my pre-K babies that are waving at me, I'm saying hi to you guys. I see Miss Adrian's iPad. There was a little cutie waving at me. So I'm waving back at you guys. I can't wait to see you next week. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to start with the PowerPoint. So if you have questions, you can put them in the chat and Miss Bell will feed them to me. But I'm sure if you let me get through the PowerPoint, that I will answer a lot of your questions, and then we will move to our question and answer section. All right, can everybody see my PowerPoint? Yes, okay, perfect. So what are we going to do in today's presentation? We are going to talk about the expectations for students and families, the daily schedule, what will instruction look like, what happens when your child is sick, how will students recreate, how will we clean and sanitize classrooms, and how will we maintain mask and social distancing protocols during school. So for those of you who don't know me or it's your first rodeo with me, I have a little person also, and I have been the director of pre-K for the last 7 years. So it has been my pleasure to actually build this entire program from scratch of full day pre-K. So we're going to begin with what your child's day will look like in pre-K. This schedule has been tweaked and changed over the 7 years to ensure students are able to meet their kindergarten beginning standards, give them kindergarten readiness, as well as provide social emotional learning for all of our students. All of the teachers, no matter what school you're at, whether you're at Pennington, at Trapp-Hagen, at Homeschool, or Columbus, you will have the same basic framework of a schedule. I complete all of the schedules. The only change will be the specials time, which is, and we'll talk about what specials are in a second. You're going to drop your students off. School begins at 8:30. 8:30 in the morning is when we drop students off. There are some schools, I know Columbus is one of them, where they have a little bit of an early drop off. In addition, beginning in October, not September, in October, we are going to begin providing hot breakfast for students who come at 8 o'clock in the morning. So you have the opportunity to drop your child off between 8 and 8:10 to have hot breakfast, and then morning lineup will begin. If you aren't able to bring your child early for hot breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning, please do not despair. We will still have breakfast options for students in class. That it won't be hot, but we will still have breakfast. like muffins and cereal and fruit and things of that nature. After students enter the classroom for morning lineup, they will wash their hands, hang up their belongings, and have their breakfast. Once November starts, we have a sign-in process where students will sign in, where they will practice their handwriting and their fine motor skills. After this, we then move into our morning routine, which is our morning circle. Calendar, days of the week, months of the year, and our vocabulary instruction. At that time, we will also have special instructional opportunities, such as studying famous women during an EVA, where we will do an Eva Chen book study this year in March. We will also do a book study in February for Black History Month. We have special activities for Hispanic Heritage Month and so on and so on. Black Music Month, we're also going to have special lessons. Those will take place during your morning meeting. After morning meeting and the students' brains are all buzzing, we will then break the students into groups. Some students will be able to choose which centers they would like to engage in. Centers could be from kitchen play to the reading center, the library, the science center. It could be our computer center. We're going to talk a little bit about what happens there. It could be our dollhouse center, which is one of the favorites, or our building or a block center, a Lego center. The list goes on and on. After center time, actually during center time, one group of students will be taken by the teacher and the TA, and they will engage in small group instruction. This is where we will provide students with instruction that they need based on where they are. And we will assess your children the first day when you come next week, and also later on in September, and I will talk to you a little bit about that. After that, the students will engage in theme circle, which is based around whatever theme we're learning about. Students will have recess or centers again. Literacy circle, where we're learning our ABCs, our alphabets, our letter sound comparisons and relationships. And then for lunch. After lunch, students engage in rest time. So I already know what you're gonna tell me, my kid doesn't nap. If your child doesn't nap and fall asleep and knock out, we understand that. We are going to go through our rest time routine, but they are going to have to rest. They have to rest their body and be still and relax on their cot. If we have to give them a book for them to relax with, we will do so. Our teachers have a lot of strategies when it comes to rest time. However, they will not be able to play with toys or centers during the rest time. After rest time, before and after, we will toilet and have table toys. And then this particular class, I think this is the homeschool classes schedule, they have special. Each day of the week, your child will have a special for 30 to 35 minutes. That could be gym, music, art, media, science experiments. It will be a special with a teacher. After is math circle, and then it's snack time, where we get our vocabulary words that we put on our wrists, and then it's time to pack up and go home. This is what an average day in our pre-K looks like. So we talked a little bit about centers and classroom configuration, and this is sort of what our classrooms look like. You will not see students in rows. We are an early childhood classroom. Students will not sit at desks and they will not be at rows. As far as social distances is concerned, if you see the tables, we have 6-foot tables and 4-foot tables. Students will be seated at either end of those tables. When they're doing their independent work at the table, we will have table guards so that students can take their masks down. We will limit the number of students in our centers to ensure their social distancing. So before, where we would have 4 students in block play, there'll only be 2 students in block play, or maybe 3, depending how large the block area is, or maybe only 2 students in our reading center. So students will be broken up so that we can ensure that there is the 3 feet CDC guidelines that will be followed. What are the expectations in the classroom? Students are expected to attend daily and on time. I cannot stress this importance. Part of being in pre-K is understanding that you come to school every day, building routines and learning. If your child is out or comes to school late, lateness is a disruption for 4-year-olds, because we have to stop what we're doing, get them ready, get them dressed, get them back up to speed, and it disrupts our entire flow of the day. We ask that you make sure your children are at school on time at 8:30. Instruction begins at 9 o'clock, but we're also doing other things during that time. We ask that your child attends daily. This is not paid daycare. Once you have enrolled your child into pre-K, you are bound by the attendance guidelines of the district. And there is an entire progressive discipline that includes not only emails, but phone calls, truant officers, parent liaisons coming to your house, and it is a whole situation. So you have enrolled your children with us, and we are very excited. My staff and I are so excited to welcome them to school. So please make every effort to be there daily. If your child is going to be late or they're going to be absent, please communicate with your teacher, and we will talk a little bit about what that communication looks like. Students must adhere to the district's behavior policy, and I know that's not going to be an issue for anyone. Keeping their hands to themselves, being respectful to their teacher, being respectful to their community and to their friends. Students will have to wear masks as directed. So we will build in frequent mask breaks when students are outside in designated areas, as well as behind table shields. Please remember the guidance is 3 feet mask. The next step is students will have to use the bathroom on their own. Please work with your child from now till school on going to the bathroom on their own. We do not change diapers. We do not change pull-ups. We can direct your child. We really try not to don't go in stalls and in bathrooms with students. The bathrooms are located in every single one of our classrooms. Your children rarely leave their classroom. They eat breakfast in their classroom. They eat lunch in their classroom. Their bathroom is in their classroom. In most instances, the exit where you drop your child off is attached to your child's classroom. So the only time they will have any interaction with anybody else in the building is if they're going to gym or they're going to art or something of that nature. We really keep our students together in their cluster for 90% of the day. So when we talk about expectations, that means you all have 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, maybe 2.5, to get your child ready for pre-K. Begin talking to your child about going to school. Sometimes I have had the pleasure of talking to you all on the phone, and your children are talking to me in the background because they are so excited to go to school. So I'm very hopeful, I'm very excited that your children are ready to go and ready to receive us. But please begin talking to your child about going to school. If your child has never been to school or your child has been home exceptionally more because of the pandemic, you're gonna have to talk to them about leaving mommy and daddy or titi or abuela or whoever they've been staying with or their babysitter. Practicing using the bathroom on their own. Please practice with them. Practice mask wearing. There are some students whose parents have had some concerns about masks, and I say start with them a half hour at a time. So a half hour at a time, give them a break, put it back on, and then maybe in a few days, extend it to 45 minutes to an hour. We will have students wear masks, but we will give them breaks within an hour. Begin school bedtime routines. So I have a little person at home and I have already started, you gotta go to bed by 8:30. You have to go to bed by 8 o'clock. And waking her up, because her bus picks her up at 7:15 in the morning, waking her up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready and get her body back into the school routine, because she's been turning up all summer. So we have to get them ready. So please start the bedtime routines, the brushing the teeth. If you shower at night, start that showering at night, getting up in the morning, wiping them down, whatever you're going to do, start beginning that routine now. Also, if you have time, walk or drive your child to their school so they can see their school. Your child is going to learn so much, and we really are so proud of the work that we do with our students. Our curriculum is DIG, and I'm going to show everyone where the curriculum is located, and you can see exactly what your children are going to learn. I talked a little bit about themes. These are our 8 themes. Our first theme, which will begin towards the middle end of September, is at school. Then we move into all about me. Then we move into our community, health and nutrition, the earth, our home, living things, which is theme 6, theme 7, science is everywhere, and technology in our world, theme 8. Within these themes, your children are learning so many concepts, from map skills to coding, robots, to engaging with community helpers, reading books, completing projects, and yes, they're going to get homework starting in November, and learning lots about science. So this paper right here is a little bit about DIG, and I will share this with you over PowerPoint. This PowerPoint online, and it talks about the vocabulary. Every day you see this little student here with a bracelet on. It is a wow word. And the wow word is a vocabulary word that your student will learn tier 3 every day. We put the bracelet on your students and we ask that you discuss that wow word with them daily. Your child will learn the letters of the alphabet and the sounds through the use of our letter people puppets, and you will see and learn more about those when you visit your classroom next week, as well as math, science, social studies, social emotional learning, and listening and speaking. I'm going to pause for a second and look in the chat to see if there are questions. I will go to the website and show you where to find the behavior policy, and also where the pre-K website is with the information. I will talk about the first day of school soon. I'm coming to that, and what the schedule is. So a big part of our program is technology. And part of your students' daily homework will be to engage in something we call Waterford Early Learning. Your child is going to receive an iPad on the first day when you come for your enrollment interview next week, the 9th and the 10th. And part of their homework, we will log them in. You will get a Waterford login, and your child will work on this program for 15 minutes a day at home. They will also work in school but we need you to work with them at home on this program. By the time we send home all of your credentials, we will start this the first week in October, your children will already know how to use it. We will practice with them during class. This program is amazing. And if anybody wants research, I can definitely put it up for you. I can send it via email. The students will take a knowledge check. As you see at the bottom, they will take an assessment, and then the program will automatically give your child work in executive functioning skills, math, science, and literacy throughout their time on Waterford. We will send quarterly reports so you can see how your child is doing, as well as their progress on the skill checks and the lessons that the program gives them. The lessons are based for your child, so no child has the same path. It is based on what they do on the assessment. So this shows you how the placement tests, they will take pre-reading, basic reading, and fluency, and based on what they master, that is what we will give them in the program. Our last piece of technology that you're going to hate us for and love us for is Seesaw. Seesaw is our communication app. And if you noticed, we sent you your opening letters via email. Everything we do is via email and Seesaw. Your teachers will have you download the Seesaw app when you come to school next week, and they will communicate with you through Seesaw. You will get notifications. All of your students' homework and assignments will be given to you through Seesaw. Announcements will be sent through Seesaw. Homework, once again, classwork, if your child is out for the day or for a week or whatever it may be, will come through Seesaw. Please make sure that the email that you have on file with us is something that you check daily, because that is how we correspond in this department, through email and through the Seesaw app. You will be able to get your Seesaw credentials next week when you come to school. All right, so now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What are we doing regarding COVID? So our two forms of protection are social distancing and masks. Now, as far as desk shields are concerned, yes, they're available. We have 7,000 of them in stock. For 4-year-olds, those will be used when they're sitting at their rectangular tables doing their independent work. So to answer your question about desk shields, yes, we have them. Yes, we will use them at the rectangular tables when they're eating, so they can take their mask down, during mask breaks, and when they're working on their independent work. When students are in their centers, they will be required to wear their mask, and the teaching assistant will monitor the students and their social distancing. When they are sitting on the floor, we have individual mats that we will label with the students' names on there, and they will have places to sit that are measured out for 3 feet. We are going to save some room in classrooms to ensure students can be separated, so we are not going to overload classrooms with class size to make sure that we can maintain social distancing. Please review with your child the proper way to wear face masks. And parents, I love you. Please make sure you send your child with children's masks. I know we all try the trick when we try and twist the mask behind their ear, but it doesn't last during the school day. So please make sure you send the little people with little people masks. I just bought some boxes for the teachers. They were like $5.99 for disposable masks at Amazon. So please, we ask when you send your children with their masks that you send them with child-size masks. We will have hand washing signs and hand washing stations. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner of this slide, every classroom will have this PPE station. It's called a PPE station. You are very lucky. We are the only general education classes that have a full-time teaching assistant, actually a full-time and a half. All classes have a covering TA and a full-time TA and a teacher. So in between usage of areas, we will spray, wipe down tables, and spray and wipe down areas from center time. We will wash hands before and during after recess. We will have a social distance parade. We will clean equipment and we will stagger playground times. For some schools, they have their own play areas, which makes it amazing. Each school who has to share playground equipment with other grade levels have their protocols in place for that. If you're sick, if your child is sick, please keep them home. Please keep them home. I will send the district policy on being sick. If your child is out sick for 3 or more days, you have to get a doctor's note of clearance to return to school. If your child is sent home with a fever, and now that people haven't been wearing masks, people are getting colds again. I get it. Your child needs to be 24 hours fever-free without medication. I'm just letting everybody know. I will send that note home and post it on our pre-K page by Friday. Positive tests, isolation and quarantine. Every school is equipped with an isolation room. If a child is sick, the child will be taken to the isolation room, and then the nurse will determine whether we send the child home. They will call the parent and they will let us know what the steps are. If somebody tests positive, there are many variations, and I will give you some of the protocols. If a child tests positive, and it is deemed a quarantine is necessary, you will be notified that there will be a quarantine. Now, some students don't feel well and they leave school and they don't test for 6 days. We count from the day of exposure. At my daughter's school and many schools, we are not there yet. You have to confirm exposure. If there's a confirmed exposure, then there will be a quarantine and students will go to remote learning for 10 days. If there is not exposure, then students will stay in school and we will watch for symptoms. So for example, there are times when there are parents who have tested positive. The child has not tested positive. That does not require a closure. We will watch that student. Most of the time, the parents keep the students. We keep the student home. If they have tested negative, we let them quarantine, but we do not shut the classroom down. These are the district phases of cleaning. Custodial staff will be cleaning and spraying throughout the day. Stairwells, banisters, handles of doorknobs, keyboards and computers, smart boards, etc. In the pre-K classrooms, we will clean more often because not only do we have a custodian, we also have our teaching assistants. Although the CDC says that there is no evidence of transmission between materials such as books, pencils, pens, and crayons, I still am going to err on the side of caution. Your child in their classroom is going to have either a red or a blue bin. In that bin has, well, on the outside has their name, and inside will have all of your students' materials. Play-Doh, crayons, markers, pencils, whatever it is, will be in that bin. So students will not have to cross-share those materials. We are going to keep that protocol in place during this academic year. Although it says there is no proof of transmission, we want to be as safe as possible. Yes, students can be asymptomatic. Yes, we do, parents, the nurse will ask the parent to keep the child in quarantine. My daughter had COVID this summer. She got it not from being in a school setting, and I did not get COVID. My husband did not get COVID. She was totally asymptomatic. And the only reason we knew was because I tested on my family every other week. The best thing that I can tell you, and what I'm very excited about, is we are going to be able to offer saliva testing to anybody who wants it in every single school. And I'm going to say it's probably, we'll be able to implement testing for everyone. So if you would like to opt into testing, your principal will give you information once we get that started in the next 2 weeks. Through, I think it's either Montefiore or Presbyterian Hospital. I forget which hospital it is, but they will be at all the schools during testing. Our last phase is electrostatic cleaning. At the end of each day, and I think I have a picture, yes I do, we have purchased the machines that kill everything in the air after 5 minutes. At the end of the school day, all of the buildings and the grounds and the custodians will spray all of the classrooms after each day. That is our last level of defense and cleaning and disinfecting on top of cleaning and disinfecting each day. All right, so I'm gonna stop my share and I'm going to try and answer some questions. I'm going to look in the chat box first, and then I'm going to ask people to unmute if they have a question. Miss Kylie Edwards, is a sample schedule for school like ASCDS Westchester as well? I don't know what ASCDS Westchester is. All the classrooms have available table shields. Oh, first day of school and correspondence. The first time you will enter your school is either September 9th or September 10th. You have to check your email that you received from Ms. Bell. We have also started mailing the letters out to your house yesterday. Everybody should get a letter mailed to the address they have on record by Friday. On either September 9th or September 10th, you have a special time that you have to bring your child with you to become orientated for school. At that time, we will give you your school supplies, your iPad, your calendar for school, and you will fill out all your paperwork for the school year. In addition, we will complete your child's screening assessment. If you did not receive your email, you need to email Miss Bell, and I will put it in the chat. But please check your email for an email from Miss Bell. Please make sure that you check your junk mail, because I used the same email list for the mail merge for this meeting. So if you're here, that means most likely you got your email. My child receives speech therapy. Your speech therapist will come when their schedule allows, and at whatever time your child receives speech, they will be pulled out of whatever's going on in class. All of the chemicals have to be approved by the environmental staff, buildings and grounds, New York State, they're all approved chemicals. Uniforms. Yes. The uniform information is on the website. I will show that to you. It's also in your letter. And when you received your email, you could click the link straight to uniforms. Uniforms are maroon top and khaki bottom. If you would like your child tested, you will be able to opt in for testing at the school. There will be saliva testing, and that will be available in the coming weeks. The slides, the presentation slides are already on our webpage, and I will put a recording of tonight on the webpage. Yes, September 9th, September 10th are appointment only. Our first day of school for pre-K is Monday, September 13th. It is a half day for all students. After September 13th, we are full day, full throttle. Are we required to bring all supplies on orientation day? Yes, you are, because we need to review them, we need to put them away, and we need to go over what we're going to use them for. If parents are unavailable the date, is there a makeup time? The only makeup time available is September 13th in the afternoon, and you will have to email Miss Bell to reschedule your time. It is very important that you make your time, because we have to social distance and we can only take a certain number of students per appointment time. Yes, we do. Yes, you leave them at school from 8:30 to 11:30. Students do not need to wear their uniform on orientation day. The mask can be cloth or disposable. The link to uniforms will be reopened. We'll probably reopen it tomorrow. We were doing the first batch of orders, so we'll probably be open tomorrow again for orders. How many grade levels will be in the school? Everybody's back to school, pre-K to 8. Pre-K students do not take state tests. However, your child is required to be screened, and then we will discuss their screening results with you. That will happen on the 9th, the 10th, or the 13th. We will then give your child an academic diagnostic test towards the end of September to see how many of their numbers they know and their letter sounds, and we will share that information and send that home with you once we have completed the assessment. No after-school programs at this time for pre-K, but we haven't set up after-school programs for any grade levels yet. You can bring your children's medicals. If your child has, if you still need to bring your medical in, you can bring it with you on the first day to your school and you can take it to the nurse. All right, if you would like to, I'll take the next few minutes of questions. If you would like to unmute and ask questions while I get the web page up for you, you may unmute to ask a question.
Hello, my name is Carla McLeod.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
I saw that. I'm gonna put myself on the camera. Hi. I noticed when during registration you asked for pictures of family members. I guess when someone's picking Kiko up, you would like to know for sure who is. No, what was that about?
No.
Can you explain that?
So we asked for a family picture because kids cry, kids get upset, they miss their family, they miss their sister. So we have a wall up.
Oh.
Some teachers put it in their cubby.
Gotcha.
So they can see their family. That's just part of us transitioning them to school.
Okay, and I have one more question if you don't mind me asking. I hired a driver to drop my child off and pick him up. How do I go about making sure you guys are aware about it?
So when you come in on the 9th or the 10th, you're going to make sure you put that person on your emergency paperwork.
Got you. Thank you. That's all I need.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Does anybody else have a question?
Yes, hi, my name is Danielle Hicks.
Hi, Miss Danielle Hicks.
My son is allergic to dairy, so he drinks almond milk.
Mm-hmm.
Will we be able to bring that to the school, or can he just drink water or juice?
He can drink water, he can drink juice. Let the teacher know when you go for your interview.
Okay.
And the school will have that. If you put that in his medical, they will have it in his diet, but you definitely tell the teacher and the TA. What school is your child going to?
Pennington.
They don't have a fridge in their room. Some classes have a fridge in their room and they would keep, the parents would bring milk, but they don't have a fridge in their room. So yeah, he can drink juice or water.
Okay, and then the lunches, they have to be, well, I'm assuming since they don't have a fridge, it has to be cold lunch?
No, they will have hot lunch.
Oh, but that I can bring for him, or they're going to provide hot lunch?
We are going to provide hot lunch for all students.
Okay.
If you want to send your child with lunch, anybody can send your child with lunch. No nuts at all, no peanut butter sandwiches, nothing with nuts. We are a nut-free environment. And send the hot food in a thermos because we cannot heat it up in a microwave. But any parent can send lunch if they like, and snacks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hello, hi, thank you so much for your, hello? Hi, thank you so much for your time today. I was wondering about the size of the classes. I know my son is transitioning from Our Lady of Victory and he'll be entering for the first year at Nelson Mandela. I was wondering the size of his pre-K class.
So class sizes are ranging, first of all, classes can't be more than 18 children. So pre-K is very different from everywhere else. You can't have any more than 18 children and your classrooms have to be a minimum of 900 square feet. So we must have 50 square feet per student in a classroom, which is very different from everybody else. Nobody else has those regulations. Right now, class sizes are between 11 and 18.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I just want to ask a quick question. The uniform, are they supposed to be wearing it every day to school or just on the sports day?
No, the uniform policy is every day. Some schools may have dress down Friday, but your school will communicate that to you, but they should be wearing them daily, but not until they really come to school, which is September 13th.
Okay. So we can make the order, you said, by tomorrow, or?
Yeah, I will have the link reopened because we weren't getting a lot of traffic, so we had turned it off. I can have them turn it back on tomorrow.
Okay, so we have to do the payment online?
Yes, or you can call them.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions before I show the website?
Yes, I have a question. I'm Jessica Chadwick.
Hello.
Hi. So my son, he'll be attending Nelson Mandela for pre-K, and I also have another child that will be attending first grade. But I wanted to know, was the uniforms mandatory for all students? Because I didn't get an update for his uniform.
They are for all students. So let me be, I'm a very transparent person. We are in public school. So we can't tell you, if this is not Our Lady of Victory. If you don't come to school in your uniform, we're gonna throw you out. It's not. We strongly urge parents to wear a uniform. If you don't have the uniform yet, it's fine. When you get the uniform, you can put your child in the uniform. Like, I don't want people like stressing. We want you to wear the uniform, yes. But some people are still buying the uniform. Some people are getting their stuff together. We totally understand that. And it's maroon top and khaki bottoms. But that's for all students pre-K to 8.
One more question. As far as the lunch list, is that provided on the webpage, or is that going to be provided through the school itself? Just in case if I do want to give my child a lunch on particular days, maybe he doesn't eat pizza or whatever the case may be, where can I find that?
So the school will send home the menu for the month in paper form. And
Okay.
I will also email it to you all once it comes out.
Wonderful, thank you.
Emails from me like every 2 weeks. I will send out, here's the lunch form for all the schools, or if something is happening, or if schools close, I'm gonna send you a reminder. You will get emails from me or Miss Bell.
Awesome, thank you.
And I'm gonna put my email in the chat. If you need to email me, that's the best way to find me, because I'm always in the schools. So I just put my email in the chat.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Lady Peterson. Thank you for holding
Hi.
this. Hi, I have a question. So my son is going to attend Rebecca Turner. Does that school have an on-site OT and PT
They do.
services?
They do.
Okay, all right. So
They do.
at the point when he turns 5, will he automatically transition with the on-site physical therapist and occupational therapist?
No, not till he goes to kindergarten. So I'm giving you an email. I'm putting it right here. It's 04@mtvernoncsd.org. And email her and just ask her about the services. And if you want to send it to me or the teacher, or tell the teacher when you get there, you can do that. You are, though, that office is in Rebecca Turner. So when you come for your intake, you can go downstairs to speak to them in person if you like.
Okay, right, because he's currently with Dynamic Kids where he receives PT and
They will
OT.
come to us. They will come to us. Mhm.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All
Hi,
right.
my name is Ben
Hi,
Kachansky.
good afternoon.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Hi, my name is Marcia Thomas. I'm
Hi, Miss
Andrew Thomas'
Marcia.
mom. How are you guys?
Oh, good.
So I signed on kind of late. So my son is going to be attending Edward Williams Elementary. When does that, I did run over the email. I just want to know the exact, when does it start? When does school
You should
start
have an
for
interview.
pre-K?
You should have an interview either September 9th or 10th, and school begins half day September 13th and full day September 14th.
Okay. Thank
I'm
you
going to
so
show
much.
you where it is on the website right now. I'm going to show you where it is.
Okay.
Mr. Benjamin was that? Mr. Ben?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
My name is Ben. My son Hudson is going to be going to the Pennington School.
Okay.
I was wondering about, so it sounds like you are the pre-K director for all the schools, right? You're like the program director?
I'm everywhere.
Okay. So the pre-K teachers, they're in the pre-K program, but then of course they work at the schools.
Yes.
And so having worked before in kind of this matrixed environment, sometimes there's you know, some healthy tension, probably not here, but between the program and like the operational unit. And I guess my question is, who do the teachers actually report to? Are they, do they work for you? Do they work for the principal? Like how do you coordinate?
So we coordinate seamlessly. I run 17 different programs throughout the city of Mount Vernon, and we work as a team. We work as a team. Structurally, I administrate everything structurally for pre-K, from the furniture to the materials, the supplies, the schedule, the correspondences. That's me. If there's something unique to a building, like a building is closing or there's a fire drill, the building principal will do that. Staff observations, I complete all of those.
Okay.
If there's an issue with the parents, I'm the person that's calling you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to know if something doesn't seem to match what we're hearing in this conversation, it sounds like you would be the person we go to more so than the school principal.
Yep.
Thank you.
I speak to principals regularly. We met today. So they are always in the loop and they know what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, before I'm gonna take more questions, 1 second. I just want to show everybody the website, just so you guys know where everything is. This is our district website. It's mtvernoncsd.org. And I'm not gonna lie, it is overwhelming. I know it's overwhelming. So I just want to show everybody where to find all your pre-K information. So you're going to go to departments. And then right here is universal pre-K. Everything you need to know about pre-K is located here. The calendar, our summer programs, curriculum documents. I talked about knowing what your child is learning. All 280 pages, week by week, are located right here. If you want the school calendar, oops, sorry. If you want to access the school calendar, I've placed it up here for you in one-page form. Your supply list is all right here, the picture, tissues, masks, paper towels, book bag, folders. Notice we did not ask you for crayons, pencils, or any of that. We are going to give that to you on the first day of school. We give you all of your school supplies. So don't worry about crayons and scissors and Play-Doh. You're going to get a bag with all your school supplies and your iPads. School uniforms are found here on the side. The information is found here. Here's the email. You can email them, the links and the telephone number. And when you go to the pre-K site, if you forget the days, here are all the opening day activities and dates. So everything is here for you in the Universal Pre-K webpage. Even tonight's presentation is already here downloaded for you. And I will add the video once we're done. All right, I'm gonna stop my share. All right, somebody had a question. We have about 5 more minutes left.
Yes, I had a question. Edward Williams, you said that some schools, they share recess time. Does Edward Williams share the playground with older kids and the pre-K kids?
Not with older kids. They have a small child playground that's separate.
Oh, okay.
And when you drop off at Edward Williams, you don't come through the front door. They'll show you on the first day. The doors for morning arrival are attached to the classroom. So you guys go straight into your classroom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Dr. Wallace. I have a question regarding nursing. My daughter will be attending Pennington in the fall, and regards to the nursing care, is there a nurse on site every day, 5 days?
All schools have a full-time nurse on site.
Okay, so if the child needed to receive any form of medication throughout the day, will that be a problem? Will the nurse be able to administer that? How?
If your child needs medicine administered during the day, you need to email me ASAP so I can send you the form that you need to complete.
Okay, so it's not.
There's a form you have to complete. You bring the medicine with the form and you give it to the nurse.
Okay, got it. So like seasonal medication, like allergy meds, there wouldn't be an issue with like.
No, you just have to complete. You just have to complete that paperwork.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other questions?
Hi, Dr. Willett. Oh, I'm not sure how you say your name.
It's all right, Dr. W. Yes.
So hi, my name is Camille.
Hi, Miss Camille.
My daughter is going to Edward Williams, and I don't think I caught the beginning of the video. How many children are in the classrooms?
At Edward Williams right now, 10.
10 in each class. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, dear. If I have an orientation day on the 10th, my child has to go on the 10th? No. Yes, you only bring your child on the 9th or the 10th when you have your appointment. Do not bring your child to school. They will not let them in. They're going to check the appointment sheet. And you must bring your child with you. Please don't forget to bring your child with you to your appointment. So you're either coming on the 9th or the 10th.
Hi, Dr. White. I had a quick question first. Thank you for doing this for all of us.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. I'm here for you guys.
Appreciate it. As far as bringing in special treats for occasions with everything with COVID, what is the protocol? Can we bring anything in? Must they be individually packaged?
So let me tell you about that. I love my job because I love little people. And I'm all about children being children. And even though it's COVID, we are still going to give you an A+ experience. If it's your child's birthday, we are going to turn up for their birthday. We are going to celebrate their birthday. We are going to do whatever dance these kids do. What is that, the floss or whatever? You know, I'm kind of old. We're going to do that. If you would like to bring in food or treats for your birthday, this is the protocol. You have to notify your teacher via email, and they will give you their email, or Seesaw, a minimum of a week, because we have special times during the day when we do birthday celebrations. You can bring in store-bought cupcakes. It can't be anything you've made at home. Nut-free, dairy-free. My suggestion is Stop and Shop. Stop and Shop has dairy-free icing and nut-free cupcakes. You bring those to the teacher during drop-off. If you're doing party bags, you can do that. Remember, it's nut-free. You can also bring juice boxes. You can also bring or have pizza delivered. That's to the extent we do. The teacher will sing to the students. They'll have a little birthday party. They'll do a little shimmy, shimmy dance, and we will celebrate your child's birthday. Is that it for questions? We've been on for almost 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 1 hour was the cap. Are there any final questions?
Hi, Dr. Wallace. My daughter
Hi.
Addison's going to Pagan.
Yeah, that's my school. I graduated from Pagan. I went there.
So my question is, back onto the uniforms. Do we have to order it from the website, or can we go to because Children's Place also carries the
You
maroon?
can do that. You can do that.
Okay. That's my question.
Listen, honey, you do what your budget allows, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? It looks like we don't have, yes?
Good evening. Do
Good
the
evening.
kids have to wear their uniform to the appointment?
No.
Okay.
No uniforms to the appointment.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And can I tell you, I really wouldn't put the uniform on them till like the 14th for their full first day of school, or the 13th. So don't put them in for their appointment.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good.
Sure. Any final questions? If you think of a question, if there is something you forgot, I'm going to drop my email in the chat. I am always on email. I am going to tell you the truth and shame the devil. Don't call my office. Please don't call me. I'm not there. Like tomorrow morning, I'm with teachers. Teachers are back tomorrow. I'm working on classrooms. I'm delivering materials. If you need to get to me, shoot me an email. That's the best way to get me. I'm on email all the time. All right? I just want to tell my families, I appreciate you for being here. We love you all. Sheena Bell loves you. I love your children. I can't wait to start this year with them. And I will see you throughout the year. Every month, we will have special events on Zoom and in person. We're going to try and do a drive-in movie. We're going to try and do some other things. We are trying for a trip in October, apple picking. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be sending that home. I think I found an orchard. We're going to do small groups taking them apple picking, and we're just going to have a great year. It's going to be spectacular. Once again, I'm Dr. White Wallace. I'm the director of pre-K. If there's anything you need, no question is too small or too big, please email me. Love you all. Mwah. Can't wait to see you on the 9th and 10th. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Dr. White. Have a good evening. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Sweetie Peach.
Chase, Tisha, say to come now. Say bye.
Bye. Bye, handsome.
All right, okay. All right.
Check it out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how it must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Welcome